Welcome, Annie Collins here for Rosie Studio. Today we're going to create this floral birthday card. Let me go over the products I used to create this card. I used the Bayfair collection 6x6 designer paper, and this collection comes in 6x6, 12x12, and it has coordinating cardstock, which I do not have, but it is available at the Rosie Studios shop. I'm going to use the cardstock stickers. We're going to use the happy birthday sentiment. This sticker has two sides. One has more sentiments and a few elements. The other side has elements. This sentiment is foiled and is lowercase, and it's so cute and tiny. I'm going to use this stamp. This stamp is from the Nature's Gift collection, but I think it goes beautifully with this. We can coordinate with the Bayfair collection beautifully. This stamp has a large floral and a bunch of little florals and beautiful sentiments about birthdays and friendship and so forth. So I'm going to use just the large floral for this card today. But I wanted to share the stamp set. Again, the happy birthday has nice foiling to it. The Bayfair collection has a lot of nice foil throughout it. So to save us some time, I went ahead and stamped and colored my image, and I fussy cut it out because I do not have the coordinating dies. I'm going to show you the image here. I'm going to grab some white cardstock, and there it is. I have colored it. I'm going to try to remember to put the Copic markers that I use, but you can use whatever media you want to color yours. I colored it following some of the colors in the pattern paper, just pulling those colors forward. For our card today, we're going to be using this beautiful floral here and this green, this like dotted, I wanted to show this like dotted plaid behind there. It's almost like a real muted, it's just dashed out. It's really pretty. And then it's white and green, it looks like watercolor stripes. So these are the leftover pieces of the pattern paper. So I'll just pull these and save them for another card. I mean, you can easily make another one. All right, from my stash, I have some gold washi that we'll be using. So I have this pale pink cardstock that I pulled out from my stash because I think it coordinates very perfect with the little pink flowers that are in the paper. Hence why I colored my flowers 2 shades of pink. And our card base is here. This is the gold washi I was talking about. It's from my stash. It's nice and thin, and it's got that same gold foil that we're looking for. That it coordinates beautifully with the sentiment. I'm going to use it to hide the seam. So you're not going to see a lot of it. It is thin, but it's just to hide the seam between the two papers, the two pattern papers. All right. So now that we have everything, I've explained everything we're going to use. Let's jump right into making our card. I'm going to start by placing my 2 pattern papers upside down and putting a little tape on it to hold them together. This way I can move them as one piece. This is something I like to do. You don't have to do this. I just find it a lot easier. Now you can see this cardstock is from my stash, and it's not very thick. And my card base is a medium weight. I had some pre-done card bases, and it wasn't giving enough oomph to it. So I purchased some pre-scored card bases thinking this was going to be great. I'm going back to my heavyweight after this, but I need to get them used up. So anyway, I have my pattern paper. I'm going to adhere that to the card stock that I have already adhered to that white card stock panel. I'm creating more layers just to give this card some oomph. So there we have it. We have our nice little border all the way around, and we're going to put our washi right across there just to hide our seam. So I'm looking for the beginning of my washi. Now this washi has been in my stash for a while, and I'm afraid it won't stick all the way. So it has some stick, but I'm just, as an extra measure, I'm going to put a small thin layer of some Baerly Art Glue down, and then I'm just going to place the washi on top. This is a trick that you can use if you have washi that's been sitting around in your stash and you're like, oh, this would work perfect for this project, but it doesn't have as much stick because washi loses its stick after a while. Just put a little thin layer of liquid glue down and then place your washi on top. You can even flatten it or spread the glue with your finger and it'll hold it for you. All right, so here's the element, the stamped image, and I'm deciding where I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it more to the left, and I'm going to go ahead and add some foam adhesive to the back. I'm cutting this bigger piece down, and I'm going to fit it to fill in, and then I'll just cut smaller pieces to make sure the entire flower image, or floral image I should say, has enough foam adhesive behind it so none of it bends when you put it in through the mail. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in all that, removing all the backing, trimming any excess that needs to be trimmed. I'll check front and back to make sure that I have no foam tape sticking out where it shouldn't be. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting all the foam adhesive on the back of my floral piece here. And then I'll remove the backing and I'll place it more to the left. This card came together pretty quickly. The longest it took was coloring the image. And even with that, I tried to stay with minimal colors, like 2 markers per section. So I had some dimension, but not a whole lot. And I didn't go into my real detail coloring, just kept it simple, because the papers and everything make it just perfect and easy to create cards. All right, so I'm removing all the backing off of our floral here, and I'm going to place it down here. And I want the majority of this image to go more onto the floral pattern paper. So here's our little sentiment. It's got white, and then it says happy birthday in foiled gold. And I'm thinking, should I put it on this foil paper? Then I realized no, because it'll be foil on foil there and get too messy. So I'm just going to tuck it under a little bit of the floral and press it down so it just overlaps the gold washi. I'm going to adhere now my card panel to my card base. That's all set. And all that's left now is to put some finishing touches. I'm going to use some gold confetti pieces here, and that'll bring it all together. So these are the ones I'm going to bring in. I'm going to put a little dot of glue and 3 spaces here, and I'm going around the floral just to bring your eye to that focal point. This one here, it's in a nice little section where it brings your eye to the sentiment and the floral. And I have one up here on the upper left and one in the upper right. And that's it. Our card is complete. Quick, easy, and simple. Like I said, the longest it took was the floral image. But since the stickers have floral images you can use, you don't have to stamp anything. There's also die cuts in this collection. I do not have them, that you can use to create something like this. Again, we use Nature's Gift stamp set, the Bayfair collection 6x6 designer papers, the Bayfair stickers. We use the sentiment from here, right there. And our card is complete. Just a few things from my stash, but I'll have everything linked in the description box below. Here's another look at our card. I hope you had some fun and found some inspiration.